The movie takes us back to 1957 and shows us a priest who tries to kill a baby who he brought to the church during nighttime. The baby has a strange mark, and the priest thinks the baby is an evil seed. Just before he stabs the baby, the military walks into the church and shoots the priest, thus saving the baby. Fortunately or not, it is yet to be seen. Is the baby a work of the devil? Or was the priest just a lunatic? Stay until the end and you're gonna find out. 30 years after the incident, Marek, the undercover priest and exorcist, comes up with an idea to investigate the events from the church and travels to it to join monks stationed there. In the meantime, the church became a place in which exorcism is performed daily. When Marek proceeds to change his clothes in the room where he is staying, it is revealed that he has the same chest mark as the baby from the beginning, meaning that the baby was him. Marek is able to smuggle a suitcase of some forbidden stuff such as a pistol and flashlight, and as tension builds in the air, he pulls out a piece of paper that shows a missing girl. It keeps getting better and better, but don't worry, everything is going to be unraveled very soon. At the dinner time, Marek notices the unusual taste of the food they were served. Maybe those priests are just not good cooks, or is the meat from some unknown strange origin? You're gonna find out soon enough. Afterwards, during his walk, he notices a few chambers with people who are allegedly possessed and are waiting to be healed. Not long after that, Marek has the opportunity to witness the process of exorcism done by priests to a woman who he saw earlier in one of the chambers. The performance includes sprinkling holy water as well as reading prayers, but the unfortunate event also happens as the crucifix catches fire, supposedly as a result of the evil ghost defending itself from the exorcism. Have you heard of something similar? I certainly haven't. A series of mysterious events happen after the exorcism is finished, including Marek breaking the window only by touching it and the door opening on itself. That's just weird. But wait, you ain't seen nothing yet. Later that day, you can see that Marek just can't digest the dinner. He throws up immediately after eating and subsequently pulls out his broken tooth, finding a fly in it. Now that just ruined my dinner, but let's just keep it going. Because of the strange occurrences, Marek decides to further investigate what is going on in this church. He succeeds in opening the door of the prior office. Just wait to see what he is going to find out there. Turns out that he discovers a hidden room behind the painting. I kinda had the feeling it was gonna be a hidden room. Anyway, he finds a TV in there as well as a tape of the earlier exorcism. Upon coming back from the room where the exorcism was performed, he found the mechanism behind the bed that produces the wind-like effect, and the lighter behind the crucifix that put it on fire. It turns out that the whole exorcism process was fake. Who would have thought, huh? Why would the priest stage something like that? Is Marek in danger? Stay tuned, you're gonna find out soon enough. Later, Marek is given the honor to lead the prayer in Latin, which is unsuccessful, and Marek is substituted by Father Piotr. The following dinner is no different than the previous ones, because Marek ingests hair follicles that were mixed with mysterious food they got for lunch once again. Oh no, not the digestive problems again. Anyway, Marek starts to feel exceptionally anxious about the strange phenomena at the church, so he takes a pistol with him just to be safe while walking around the church. While looking around, he witnesses a few monks digging a grave outside. Then, Marek comes back to the room where the exorcism was performed, but, interestingly, he doesn't find the woman there. The next thing you know, Father Piotr persuades Marek to have a private talk with him. Father tells Marek that he is under the watchful eye of all of the priests and that he is close to crossing the line if he continues his strange behavior and exploration of the sanitarium. Marek then explains that it was the military that sent him to act as a priest and investigate the disappearance of some women. They couldn't do it legally due to the incident with the military and the priest 30 years ago. Was that the smart thing to do since Marek is now exposed, and did he put himself in more danger by admitting his undercover duty? You will find out, cause everything is going to clear up soon. If you think that it can't get any more bizarre than this, take a look at the wall behind the closet where Marek finds a hole that contains strange liquid. Marek finds a strange device made from a bone and an eyeball and subsequently throws up the same substance that was coming out from the wall. Dark flies, that he found from his tooth earlier, emerge from the liquid he threw up. Despite the warnings, Marek continues his investigation and goes out to dig a grave in search of a woman, but only to find the empty casket. Out of nowhere, Father David appears behind him and puts a bag on his head. Marek awakes to find out he is tied and that all of the stuff that he smuggled was confiscated by monks. Oh, looks like our boy Marek is in big trouble. Hopefully he makes it out alive, but let's see. Pryor says that he is sorry that their collaboration failed, and proceeds to force Marek to eat 4 bowls of the meat, which puts Marek unconscious. This doesn't look promising. 𝐷𝗶𝐻 has the responsibility of supervising Marek, but when Marek wakes up he sees a chance to escape because 𝐷𝗶𝐻 is sleeping. Unfortunately, he wakes up and the two engage in a fight. Marek comes out as a winner and shoots 𝐷𝗶𝐻. Now, try to prepare for some very unsettling and bizarre events as Marek continues his exploration. He finds the freezer which contains the mutilated body of the missing girl he was looking for. It appears that the monks had been eating human meat all this time. What an unexpected turn of events. Pyotr also witnesses that and immediately calls Marek to an ancient library in the sanitarium. He shows Marek the old book which tells the story about the chosen one who has a mark on its chest and who had to be killed as a baby, referring to a scene at the very beginning. It appears that all of the monks are Satan's followers and that their main goal is to summon a devil. Didn't see that one coming. The two of them start making a plan to escape the notorious facility. Pyotr gains Marek's trust by showing him the scars on his back after the unsuccessful escape he attempted before. Pyotr guides the way and he and Marek enter the cave, but out of nowhere 2 monks appear and knock Marek down. A sad turn of events shows Pyotr doing absolutely nothing to save Marek. Turns out that it was all a setup and a trap for Marek. Marek, why would you trust someone who you see for the first time in your life, my guy? When are you gonna learn? This scene shows us the last Marek's hope dying and you can see the helplessness in his eyes right before he is knocked out. Do you think he still has a chance? Does he have an ace up his sleeve? Stick with us to find out. Marek wakes up to see that he is surrounded by all the monks. 𝐅𝐢𝐜𝐈𝐍 explains everything to him, claiming that he intentionally deceived him to come to the sanitarium and that he was the one to give him useful tips that turned out to be false just to finish his plan. He apologizes, but says that it's all for a higher purpose. According to monks, people are the evil ones rather than the devil. They also claim that they had been waiting 800 years for Marek, the chosen one, to show up. They believe that the gateway to hell is located at the sanitarium and that's the reason it was made in that place. Allegedly, when they finish the process they began, the devil is going to be summoned and going to enter Marek's body. The woman that was previously exorcised is also brought to be part of the ritual, as her blood is also needed for it. Everyone takes a sip of her blood, but unexpectedly nothing happens, which results in monks quarreling between themselves. Classic behavior when something doesn't go as expected. Since the ritual failed, monks start worrying about the military coming to rescue Marek, and Pyotr stabs Marek and they throw him inside the well. For all of the fans of extreme plot twists, this one is an absolute delicacy. Later that night, 𝐼𝐻 starts heavy drinking due to the unsuccessful ritual. Another classic behavior after an unsuccessful venture, isn't it? When Pyotr finds him out, he surprisingly suffocates him to death. Pyotr takes every responsibility of the 𝐼𝐻 afterward. Marek is still alive at the bottom of the well, shaking relentlessly. While reading the prayer for the murdered colleague, Pyotr loses control over his limbs and is risen by an invisible force to the air, and his limbs are put in a position that resembles the look of a crucifix. His body deteriorates in a matter of seconds as millions of flies emerge from it. You have all waited for this moment, now look and enjoy. The petrifying lamb-like devil with no face appears in front of the monks, who try to escape but are stunned by the devil and also raised in the air and put in an inverted cross position. Every human being in that building is also immediately put in the same position. Dead flora outside the sanitarium is brought back to life, suggesting that everything living is going to die with no exception. If you expected a happy ending in this one, unfortunately, we have to disappoint you, because there won't be any. On the other hand, if you are on the side of evil, then we have good news. Ceiling on the sanatorium breaks in half simultaneously as the sky cracks open with the strong thunder indicating that evil is winning and that it is establishing its order.